trainers, travelers, and battlers! You know what it is, Jay Devon, back at it again with another video. Today, we have round 3 of our Kingdom Cup tournament, 3 of 4. We're just going to go ahead and get right into this right now. Going up against one, I really don't know how to say this one either. 1K Fitz. I'm just going to call him Fitz. His name is Fitz. That's what it is. So, if you look on the bottom right there, there's his lineup. He called it Steel Team 6. Steel Team 6, my guy. They're coming to do work. And it kind of scared me a bit because Lucario that he has is going to counter my Bastiodon, my Steelix, my Lapras, and my Lucario. His Bastiodon that he has can counter my Charizard, my Altaria, my Lapras. And then his Steelix can counter my Bastiodon and my Altaria. His Bronzong, don't even get me started on Bronzong. His Magneton can do good work on Lapras, Charizard, and really not too sure about the other matchups. I don't think it's going to do much against the other ones. But you get the picture. The Steel Team 6. It's a good strategy. It's a steel strategy. That's not a thing. We're not making that one a thing. But we had the dream open on this because I think he knows Bronzong is going to be a fairly solid lead in most situations. But I opened up with the Steelix. Obviously, every move that Bronzong has, my Steelix is going to resist. He can get Confusion. I'm not sure about his other fast move. I apologize. But he can get Confusion, Flash Cannon, Heavy Slam, and Sidekick. Which pretty much his, main fast move Confusion as well as all of his charge moves, Steelix is going to resist. And Crunch and Earthquake from Steelix is going to be super effective, even though Bronzong resists the Dragon Tail. So there's that matchup if you didn't know that. That's why I have Steelix now, because of Bronzong and some other matchups as well, such as Bastiodon. The match is going pretty well so far. Things are kind of leaning into our favor. And as you can see, that's because of the lead. When you have the lead advantage, the rest of the match is basically going to fall into place. That's how it works. It's the Kingdom Cup. At this point, there's no sense in, oh, we didn't even have a shield. I was going to say there's no sense in blocking that, but we didn't have any shields anyway. But Bronzong's not going to be able to do much of anything to Bastiodon, because it's Bastiodon, of course. So we're just going to, I think we charge it up a little bit. We're trying to charge farm a bit. We're not trying to get off any fast moves. Even if he gets off another Heavy Slam, I'm feeling pretty confident at this point, since my Bastiodon has a Flamethrower lined up. But look at this! He had a Bastiodon! And I forgot about that! How did I forget that? It's not a bad lineup, actually. If you lead with Bronzong, you have Lucario in the middle of the sandwich, then a Bastiodon to end things with. I mean, there's some... Probably an Altaria, Blaziken, Lucario team of 3 can destroy that team. But other than that, it's really hard to actually counter a team like that. So, props to Fitz for putting that kind of thought process together. I'm impressed. The dude knows his strats. He's studied. It got really close, as you can see, but we're still, even with the charge that we had farmed up, we're not able to get rid of another Bastiodon at full health. That's just not going to happen. So, we did take the L on game 1. GG's Fitz on game 1. Your strategies were very well put together. I'm surprised we weren't friends yet. I'm glad that are we friends? I don't remember. No, yeah, we weren't just before this, but now we are. Because this is going to be another person we can spar against. Somebody who actually looks into strategies and other things to do within the meta with Kingdom Cup. I'm kind of really getting antsy on what the next cup theme is going to be. I mean, are we even going to get another cup? It's regionals coming up. There should be another cup, right? Regionals are... I'll need to look into that. I don't know if regionals are going to be on top of any monthly cup. I'm pretty sure it will be. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a cup every single month of the year, no matter what. And regionals and worlds, etc., will be another thing. Anyways, going into the next battle here against Fitz, I had to change things up a bit. Obviously, since I have Lucario, my Lucario is going to counter his Steelix, his Bastiodon, his Lucario, his Magneton, and his Empoleon. And that's something I didn't think about before. Like, why did I not lead with Lucario before? I literally counter 5/6 of his team. I almost counter his entire team with just Lucario. Technically, if there's no shields, I counter his whole team. Because Shadow Ball is super effective to Bronzong. Anyways, think about your leads, guys. Leads have been, at this point, I feel like leads are one of the, I don't want to say the most important, but it is a very, very important determining factor to whether you're going to win or you're going to lose in the Kingdom Cup. So he brings out the Empoleon. This is going to be really a very comfortable matchup for Lapras. He's not going to be doing much of anything at all with his Waterfall, even though it's a really strong move, even after the buff. It's just not going to do anything. So we're just going to be water gunning away and getting off these Surfs so we can get the Empoleon out of there, because I know, even though it's a really strong move, he can get to his charge move still before I can kill him in this kind of matchup. So, yeah, I kind of predicted the Flash Cannon there. So, Empoleon, guys, if you don't know this, Empoleon can learn... his fast moves can be Waterfall, Metal Claw. His charge moves can be Blizzard, Hydro Pump, and Flash Cannon. So, Flash Cannon's going to be the best choice subjectively in a matchup like this against Lapras, because it's going to deal neutral damage. So it's just the superior choice, and he was smart with that as well too. But he brought out the Steelix. We're able to do some water damage to the Steelix to try and get rid of it, which we did. It was a success. That's something else I should have done the first time too. Potentially, I mean, I could even lead with Lapras and then have Lucario in there. Then I'm going to say Steelix, Lapras, Lucario, Steelix would have been my best team of 3 comprehensively against everything that he had going on with his Steel Team 6. Because Lapras is going to be doing neutral to everything on his team. It's also going to be super effective to Bastiodon as well as Steelix. And even though Magneton's pretty scary, that thing is so squishy that it has to be in a no. I feel like it has to be in a no shield situation for Magneton to really shine. That's where he's gonna do his work the most, is when there's no shields. But even then, in a no shield matchup against a powered up Lucario, the Lucario is gonna counter you out of the skies before he might even be able to do anything. Because one, Lucario, his counter, when it's powered up and Magneton being so squishy, that equals GG's and Lucario wins, basically. So we did do actually what we were just talking about. We decided to lead with Lapras. He did end up leading with the Bronzong again, but it's not a giant deal. I mean, this is a pretty neutral matchup for both of us. I think really the determining winner is going to be who shields and who doesn't shield. I don't think either of us are going to outright win this matchup. So, knowing how valuable my Lapras is against the rest of his lineup, though, I do want to be using some shields, because with what we have in our back pockets, we need to get rid of his shields too. Because at this point, I know that Lucario is going to be super effective to everything else he's going to have. Because Lucario is only neutral to Bronzong, but it's super effective to literally everything else he has on his team. So we're wanting to get rid of those shields as soon as possible. He did end up winning that matchup. We weren't able to completely get rid of him, but we decided to bring out the Steelix. I think he comes in with Lucario. I can't exactly recall. I think he does. He comes in Lucario here with in just a second. Yeah, he does. He brings out the Lucario. I automatically switch out. I want to switch out as fast as I can. So we can obviously just get rid of the whole Lucario situation. And that's going to be for both of us. I mean, Lucario is such a threat in this meta that if you don't get rid of it as soon as possible, it's a huge problem. A huge problem. He's like a staph infection. No, Lucario is too cool to be like a staph infection, but it kind of feels that way sometimes. Anyway, Lucario does resist the Dragon Tail, but we're still able to get rid of it because he's squishy and he was already so low on health. This blew my mind. This blew me out of the water. Okay, we get off this earthquake, which almost gets rid of him. But then look at this. Watch this. I was pressing crunch right there. What happened, my guy? What was that? That was my match. Oh, dude, I'm tilted. Anyway, guys, GG's to Fitz because he got me throwing some fits, and GG's to the video because that's the end of it. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, you have a freaking good day.